Today we discuss faculty readiness for online education in Japan. In the US, many professors have shifted from face-to-face instruction to online education during the pandemic. How is the situation like in Japan?
Before the pandemic, online education was not widely adopted in Japanese higher education. For example, there was a study conducted in 2013 on the faculty use of open educational resources, called OER. According to Jung, of 27 college instructors, 53.3% of them used YouTube as educational content, but none of them had created video lectures and uploaded them to YouTube. Work written by Jung et al., 2013. But, were they aware how useful the open educational resources are?
Yes, there was actually increasing interest from the Japanese higher education community. For instance, high levels of awareness of OER among most of the respondents from four-year institutions were found out in a large-scale survey with educators from Japanese higher education institutions as researched by Shigeta et al., 2017.
So, why didn't they use online education?
One of the reasons seems to be related to a unique Japanese cultural aspect. One study showed that in Japan, social influence from peers was highlighted as more important than improving performance in regard to adopting OER.
Interesting. I've heard from my Japanese friend that Japan is such a conformist society. How about the situation during the pandemic?
There was a study that chronicled the emergency online teaching experience of 5 faculty members in a liberal arts college located in Tokyo during the pandemic. It revealed that the faculty members encountered a range of problems during the classes, especially technology-related issues. Faculty members with more online teaching experience were more adaptable and flexible in mobilizing other references to solve problems. They concluded that it is imperative to understand the challenges that are faced by instructors with limited previous online teaching experience as well as strategies to assist them. Jung et al., 2021.
I see. Teaching online without much preparation was a challenging experience for them. Yes. In fact, the emergency online teaching experience negatively affected the faculty's mental health. There was large-scale research that recruited 537 university faculty members and assessed their mental health using the WHO-5 Wellbeing Index. As a result, the index score during the pandemic was significantly lower than before, and 33.5% of the faculty members were recognized as being at risk for mental illness during the pandemic. They revealed 2 significant risk factors for mental illness. Faculty members were more at risk for mental illness when they had trouble in using IT for online classes and were unsatisfied with the administrative support for online education. The deterioration of mental health during the pandemic was not predicted by workload, such as the number of online lectures and preparation time as researched by Kita et al., 2022.
Were there any teaching practices that were effective during the pandemic?
Yes. There was a study investigated how teaching and learning were facilitated during the pandemic using an ebook platform called Bookroll at a national university in Japan. With this ebook platform, teachers could upload reading materials and associate an audio of their lecture. This platform provided an easy transition to emergency online learning where teachers could use their previous teaching materials and associated audio lectures to conduct their semester coursework. Majumdar et al., 2021.
Interesting. That means if the faculty members know how to use instructional technologies and how useful they are, they should be able to overcome the challenges.
Yes. The pandemic exposed the inability of the Japanese higher education system to adapt to widespread unexpected disruption, but there should be the procedures by which higher education in Japan can mitigate extant digital shortcomings. There is a study that offered suggestions to strengthen Japanese higher education both at the institutional level and faculty level. At the institutional level, the authors claimed that a lack of flexibility within the institutional hierarchy limits the ecosystem's base stratum to accommodate invasive agents, which was technology during the pandemic, and they presented three key components within the institution. 1. Improving adaptability. 2. Fostering competent leadership. 3. Strengthening IT proficiency. Colpitts et al., 2021.
I agree. Each institution needs to be flexible to adapt to new instructional technologies. How about faculty members?
Yes. They suggested that at the faculty level, A. An increase in professional development opportunities, and B. The bolstering of support systems may function to bridge the digital divide. Regarding the professional development, they identified two barriers. If the teacher perceives little value in technology-enhanced education, they will be unwilling to adopt it. For this barrier, they asserted that teachers should receive adequate training. This can be through workshops or boot camps focusing on planning and evaluating digital content delivery. These sessions were reportedly successful not merely in teaching how, or the practical applications of technology, but strengthening teacher understanding as to why digital technologies have emerged as effective tools.
Regarding the support systems, they suggested that continuous assistance from peers and IT specialists is crucial. Learning platforms must incorporate several key functions to support teachers, including the straightforward assessment of learning, student team creation, and facilitation of learner interaction. Feedback from teachers using the technology should be welcomed to improve online learning systems. Such provision of support for teachers to attempt risk-taking and experimentation, while emphasizing the positive impact of the technology to students, will be highly motivating. Colpitts et al., 2021.
I agree. Online education cannot be done by a teacher only. It requires collaborative work.
Once faculty members are aware of the multitude of advantages technology provides, they are more likely to adopt it. To improve faculty readiness for online learning, Japanese universities should provide sufficient professional development opportunities and develop sophisticated and comprehensive IT support systems.